In the last 28 years, major continental, regional and domestic tournaments planned for Mombasa have been cancelled because of the poor standard of the stadium. According to standard.co.ke, articled by Bernard Sanga 2 years ago and republished on 3rd January 2025, the first local contractor was forced to terminate the contract due to payment delays. The second, a Turkish firm, suspended the works because of the same problem. The county estimated construction work would cost 1.7 billion Kenya shillings.
As you can see, the county government of Mombasa had engaged a contractor to construct this 15,000 stadium seating capacity, but it went up to a certain percentage, approximated to be 40%. Then it stalled. His Excellency the President has requested that we come, we sit and we deliberate with the county government of Mombasa so that we can revive this project. And here today, together with the PS for Defense, Dr. Patrick Kimariro, we came so that we can assess this stadium, so that we can engage a contractor to come and complete this project.
The stadium was built on 8.1 acre land by the Aga Khan community in 1955, which leased it out to the Council of Mombasa. Its standards faded over the years until when it was closed due to public outcry. A sport sheet indicated that the progress of the construction work by the Turkish firm was painfully slow, with 1.7 billion Kenya shillings needed to renovate the facility. The plan to renovate the stadium on the island was mooted in the 1990s after Kenya was nominated to host the African Cup of Nations. Kenya lost its rights because its stadia were found to be below standards. Football analysts say the 1996 extravaganza would have taken the game in the country to another level. This is because before 1996, Harambee Stars had qualified for the Cup 3 times in a row in 1988, 1990 and 1992 in Senegal. The poor state of the stadium denied the locals a chance to watch AFCON.
There's quite a bit of work that has happened. We approximate this 35 to 40% work already done. So we are not starting from zero. What we have agreed with the governor is that in the next 1 week there will be a final account to empirically establish where has this work reached, and equally important, what is the remaining work.
This project is a 15,000 seater capacity. It is the largest stadium within the coast region in consideration of the Kware Stadium, which is around 10,000 seater capacity. The intention is to have this stadium done and completed within the next 12 months, if not 9 months. Our expectation is that the AFCON competition may be considered to be played here in Mombasa, this stadium being an alternative stadium to the ones that we have in Nairobi, that is the Taranta, Nyayo, Kasarani. Of course, we shall also be developing a playing field at South Coast, that is in Likoni, so that it can be used to support this one being competition ground.
In 2013, Mombasa was again stripped of the chance to host the Council of East Africa Football Association CECAFA because of the poor state of the stadium. The stadium, which was home to Bandari FC, closed down for months to lay down a modern tartan track at 20 million Kenya shillings to give athletes a state-of-the-art training equipment. Bandari shifted its base to Mbaraki Sports Club. In 2019, the club played its CAF Confederations Cup home matches in Kasarani, Nairobi.
Mombasa is known as a tourism city. Having this stadium, which can accommodate 15,000 people, which have a canopy, which have seats, which have VIP pavilion, which has a service that can also be used for rugby and other games. We expect that it shall bring more tourism, sports tourism here in Mombasa. And of course, we are aware when we bring sports, the accompanying teams, they'll spend their time in Mombasa, they'll enjoy, they'll visit, and the economy of Mombasa is expected to be enhanced by virtue of this stadium.
The county authority should not look at sports as non-priority areas whose budgets should be slashed. In this contemporary world, sports pay more than white-collar jobs. Through sports, we can end social problems like criminal gangs, nurture talents, and create sports tourism.
Italeta uchumi mkubwa sana kwa eneo letu na itainua taswira na sura za Mombasa. Tumezungumza na contractor na makaratasi yakimalizika chini ya mwaka tunaomba ya kwa iwe imemalizika. Ndio maombi yetu.
According to the design, it will host matches during rainy seasons. A multi-purpose basketball field, netball, futsal, and volleyball, a standard 50-meter swimming pool, a 590 capacity restaurant, and a 3,000 conference hall. The stadium would have 4 changing rooms, separate changing rooms for men and women referees, with fully furnished media center that will rival the best in the world. Critics of the previous administration say it shifted focus to multi-million modern 7-a-side mini stadia at the expense of the main stadium. Some of these mini stadia include Uwanja wa Mbuzi and Bomu.
Within the next 12 months, expect a stadium here, courtesy of His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the supervisor being the Minister of Defense, and the client being the Minister of Sports. We are doing around 24-25 stadiums across the country. And one of the benefits is the jobs that are being created by this stadium. We expect when this stadium starts, over 200 of Mombasa youth, they shall get jobs, they shall get employment.
Article written by Maureen Jerry, Tuesday, 9th July 2024, kenya.co.ke website. A report by the Auditor General for the financial year that ended June 2023, the county stadium was yet to be completed despite the construction beginning in 2018. According to an inspection conducted by the Office of the Auditor General, the project had stalled and the contractor was not on the site. The Auditor General report indicated that, in the circumstances, the value for money on the expenditure incurred on the proposed development of Mombasa County Stadium could not be confirmed and the project is exposed to risk of cost escalation and project termination. The report revealed that the contract was signed on December 21st, 2018 and was to end on January 6, 2022. It was later extended by 65 weeks. In April 2022, the accounting officer in charge of the project suspended the contract indefinitely with only 35% of the works completed. However, this suspension was not proposed by the contract implementation team since it had not been appointed and was done before the end of the extended completion date. But the Auditor General, this was contrary to Section 151, Sub 1 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act of 2015. This section requires that for every complex and specialized procurement contract, the accounting officer of a procurement entity shall appoint a contract implementation team.
The whole basement for the whole stadium is ready. Now it's just the finishing, and we have agreed out of the spirit of cooperation and partnership, the county government will finish all liabilities with the contractor as of now, up to works that have been done and certificates that have been raised, and then thereafter hopefully the contractor will be able to sign with defense to be able to finish the stadium, and our hope ni tuwe tayari kabla AFCON.
Construction of the stadium began during previous county regime. This state-of-the-art facility was meant to uplift the county's standards. Once completed, the stadium was expected to have a capacity to accommodate 15,000 fans.
This stadium will be done under a year. This stadium is not only important to Mombasa, it's important to the entire country. It is the only low altitude main stadium we have. So Governor and the people of Mombasa, this shall be done, and that is the instructions we have gotten from our Commander-in-Chief.
Kindly remember subscribing Bonga Tube Media and Habari 254.